Hello Toots, welcome to Tector.com. In this lecture we will understand different kind of users to a database. Well, the different kind of user means depending upon the level of access, means how much permission he has, how much permission a user has to modify, to see, or to alter the database. We say the different categories of users or different kind of users. Okay, so basically the users, this kind has been divided based on the level of access. Okay, the first one we have is Navi user. Okay, so Navi user is basically, let's see the slide, no, the page. Okay, so the first one we have is Navi user. Okay, the Navi user has the only permission to see. Okay, okay, so this kind of user generally does the access to database through an interface. Okay, access through an interface. Okay, so just consider uh, you want to fill up a form. Okay, so what you are doing, basically you fill up the fields, different fields of a form, and that field are stored back to the database. Okay, so this kind of interaction is you are doing as a Navi user. Okay, so basically when you are logging in on Tector.com, you have some kind of permissions. You can do answers to doubt, you can ask questions. So basically these things you are doing by filling up a form. So you are acting to the database of Tector as a Navi user. Well, so the next kind of user is application programmer. The application programmer is a kind of user who writes program. Okay, to, I mean, write application program. Okay, so this is basically, this kind of user are basically programmers who write programs and access database programmatically. Okay, so this is application programmer. Now another one is sophisticated users. Okay, so this kind of user is can make query, uh, can make query directly through the interface. So interface may be like through the like query processor, query through the processor. Okay, I'll just show you a demonstration. You can see the example part where you will find examples, and I'll show how I can act as a different kind of users in the database systems. Okay, so I can make a query directly to a query processor. I need not to write the query through program. Okay, so this kind of user is sophisticated user. Okay, the next one is specialized user. These kind of users are specialized in database techniques. They write programs which doesn't fit into our traditional framework. Okay, so the programs like knowledge based system, which you might have learned into AI, artificial intelligence, knowledge based systems, or you can say like computer aided design. Okay, or expert systems. Expert systems, so these kind of users are working with this special type of database application which generally doesn't fit to our traditional framework, or to the framework which basically we are studying here on this course. Okay, so this is specialized users. We have another type of user which is administrator user. Okay, So administrator user is a user who can work as all kind of users who have every permission, who grant permission to other users, different other kind of users, okay, or who has, I mean the administrator has all the permission regarding a with a database. So admin user, okay. So administrator user has all the permissions, okay, all permission, all permission, can create schema, create schema, later he can change schema, okay, then uh, changing schema definition, it comes in change schema, okay. Now he can define access method, okay, and he can grant permission, grant permission to other users. I'll in the example I'll log in as an administrator and I'll show how I can create a user. I can grant permission, different kind of permission to a user, and again also he can do some routine maintenance, okay, sorry, routine maintenance like cron jobs, okay. So these things are done by administrator user. Well, so in this lecture we went through the different kind of users. We study about navy users, application programmers, sophisticated users, and the specialized users. At the end we studied about administrator user. Administrator is all in all like all in one user who has all the permissions, who grant permissions to others, who can create schema, delete schema, change the definition of schema, okay, and who also does some routine work, okay, for example clearing the logs and all. Well, so I hope this is clear to you, and this is with this lecture we end up with the basics. Next, in next lecture hopefully we will start ER diagram. So see you in the next lecture. Thank you.